Motorhead Garage, the program that each week introduces you to and shows you how to install the latest in exciting and innovative products for your vehicle. Motorhead Garage is presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now here's your host, Dave Dobson.
Thanks for tuning in to Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now, here's a familiar face. Jan is with us once again from Innovation Performance Technologies. Last week on the show, we asked the question, can a recycled car compete with an electric car as far as being green and environmentally friendly? So what conclusion have you come to at Innovation Performance?
There's places for the green car, there's places for this green car, there's places for the electric car, there's places for diesel, places for whatever other fuel source we're going to use. I don't think any one fuel source is probably the answer, but I'm not an expert on that. All I wanted to do is look to see if we could actually go and build a car that would be at least comparable to those. And right now there are 275 million cars registered in America, and probably another, who knows, 100 million cars sitting in our backyards and junkyards. That grandma's old 1970 Nova, you might want to pull it out of the back and go, hey, you know what? Could we take that car and make it as green as an electric car? And I think we found the answer to that, and that's why we call this car the Shocker.
First of all, let's rewind here and talk about the electric vehicle. What would go into an electric vehicle to make 275 million cars become electric?
So, I mean, I'm not an expert on this, but let's just do the math really quick. Even if we made 1 million electric cars a year, and right now in America we make about 15 million cars a year. So if we got up to that speed, it would take still 30 years maybe to catch up to the gasoline cars that we already have. And right now, I mean, what does that look like mining for 15 million cars a year? I don't know, I'm not an environmental expert, but what we wanted to do is say, is the carbon footprint of this car low enough so that that guy in the backyard who's doing his own little thing, can he compare himself to an electric car?
And what did the numbers bear out when you started to look at that between the two?
It was pretty shocking, and that's why we call it the Shocker, but you're looking at about, over a 20-year life cycle, about 3,400 tons of carbon more to run an electric car from its inception to a 20-year life cycle compared to this car, which kind of already exists, and so it's got really an unfair advantage because it's already out there.
And so for those who didn't see the show last week, this is an 89 Mustang, and you put a 2019 interior in it. You found a wrecked vehicle?
Yeah, I've got some great guys working in the shop, and they magic. They made all the stuff that you get in a modern car in this car, backup camera, sensors, all the stuff that you want. And this is a 4-cylinder EcoBoost engine that makes a lot of horsepower. We can tune these cars to almost 500 horsepower. So you got 500 horsepower, you got 36 miles to the gallon, and it's a zero carbon footprint to get those parts and put them in this car. Now granted, we had to put wheels on it, and we could talk about the car and what we had to do to build it that does create carbon.
Now we know we've got a car that performs really well, but you guys wanted to see how it really performs when put up against an electric vehicle. So you issued a challenge. What was the first part of that?
Could we drive them from one location to the other? We picked Myrtle Beach to Daytona because it's cool. And then when we got to Daytona, we run around the racetrack and see who would do better.
So in the first stage of that, getting from Myrtle Beach to Daytona, how'd that go?
The electric car did not as good. As a matter of fact, their cars are pretty cool, by the way. Electric cars got a lot of gizmos in it. But the electric car, of course, had to stop. This car goes 1,000 miles on 1 tank of gas.
You did that by putting an extra fuel tank in the back.
We're cheating, yeah.
But still, 500 miles beats having to stop and recharge the battery. And
you know, he got to read a couple of books while he was charging that thing up. Meanwhile, the other car already made it to Daytona, and I think the driver was quite pleased because he's probably sitting on the beach somewhere enjoying himself while the other guy's plugged into an electric charger.
And now it's time for both cars to hit the racetrack.
And it was kind of interesting because we found out Daytona was not letting electric cars there, so we couldn't get the electric car on the track.
But you got this car on the track, and how did it perform?
Well, it was kind of interesting because we took it out there with the race car too. So this car basically is the same thing as the race car, just without a roll cage and with a nicer interior and an automatic transmission. They both did exceptionally well.
What was the impetus for you guys at Innovation Performance Technologies to design the Shocker and build this?
We wanted to prove that the average person could build one of these in their backyard. That if you could harness what we already have out there, cars that are left in the backyard somewhere, parts that are in a junkyard, put a car together, it would be far less expensive than an electric car and probably way more efficient when it comes to carbon footprint.
And now the government is coming after race cars. They want to make it illegal for folks to modify street cars to make them into race cars. How is that being challenged by folks like you?
The whole make a car that's stock, not a race car, might offend some NASCAR people. And the reality is, it's not just going to be racing. It's going to be you in your backyard changing your tire. Is it going to eventually come to that? I don't know. But if we stop it here, we'll stop it here. We want to tell everybody in the world, listen, we're not the bad guys. We're not the person that you think is causing most of the carbon problem. We're actually the guys trying to solve the carbon problem. And we think that restoring a car and rejuvenating it is by far the pathway for our small group of hot rodders to fix this problem.
I have to ask you, why'd you call the company Innovation Performance Technology?
A lot of countries have taken our manufacturing, and to take manufacturing, you have to take technology, because technology is what drives manufacturing. But technology comes from basically invention, and we are the country of invention. So I want it to be innovative and be on the cutting edge of what's coming next. And that's why we like to do these kind of projects. Right now, you got some amazing viewers out there. You do. I want them to put down the controller, grab a wrench, and grab the steering wheel of your dreams.
Join the green revolution. You can build a car like this. You can also have one built if you don't want to go that route. Find them at innovationperformance.tech. And you can find more Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings when we come back. See you in a minute.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. BrothersTrucks.com, your #1 source for 1947 to 87 Chevy and GMC truck restoration. Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. Johnston Research and Performance, your #1 source for performance parts and accessories. And by NH Oil Undercoating, the official oil-based rust prevention system.
Thanks for cruising along with Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now, these days, everybody is a videographer. Of course, you have your action cameras, you've got your phone, you're getting video all the time. And when it comes to capturing the action, when you're doing something active, maybe skiing, you're driving your race car, your UTV, action cameras, it can be kind of a hassle. How so?
The problem with action cameras is you have to unmount and then mount them every time you want to change your shot. It's great once you get it set up, but after that, you lose your momentum. Change it over to the next shot. By then a couple minutes have passed, maybe you've lost what you were already trying to shoot. You have to pick up that momentum again, and sometimes that's hard to find.
And we know the normal routine. You know, think about if you're out in the elements too, and you've got to take it, and you've got to unscrew this.
Exactly.
Maybe it's cold and you're freezing.
Gloves on when you're skiing,
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, it can be a real hassle. So how has snap mounts changed the game entirely?
We've come up with a dynamic, magnetic, 2-part action camera mounting system. And basically what we do is we take the snap mount and it can just attach to anything that's either magnetic or to any of our adapters or any of the other products that we make here.
You're obviously wearing the magnet there on just a regular necklace there. And you have some accessories here that can mount to any sort of device.
We came up with an adapter setup here, and basically what this does is it attaches to any existing action camera mounting system you may already own. And you attach your snap mount, want to get that shot right there? There it is.
That's it.
Let's say you want to move it to your selfie stick, take a selfie shot, it pops right off, slaps on, you take your shot. Move it off there, take your first person view shot. Just keep going from there.
This is great for YouTubers, especially. Now you turn into a 5-camera shoot.
Absolutely, yeah. We do have a lot of content creators on YouTube in various industries, off-roading, race cars, bass fishermen, all over the map.
And I know a lot of the folks now that maybe race or have a UTV or something like that, doing something really sort of violent, are wondering just how will this hold up?
Sure, so with the right setup, we do have what's our locking adapter right here. It's got these little tabs. You basically come in at a 45-degree angle, lock it down, now you have a physical stop, and that's not going to come off anymore.
So it's not just the magnet.
Exactly.
But the magnets themselves, how strong are they?
So these are N52 neodymium magnets. They're the strongest commercial-grade magnet that you can buy.
And that coupled with the snap, makes the snap mount, makes it totally secure.
Absolutely, yeah. The two magnets together pull about 10, 12 pounds a piece, so you get about 60 to 80 pounds of pull pressure, depending if you have anything in between them that you're compressing on.
Now you brought a couple new gadgets with you. This is pretty cool. Tell me what this is all about.
Yeah, that's our smartphone adapter. So it basically allows your snap mount to become a smartphone-friendly device. It has 2 locking mechanisms. One, so that there's a twist lock in the back that allows you to pull it open, So you can mount your smartphone, and then there's also a tab. You can change from vertical to horizontal and lock down. And then you can lock everything down. It's nice and sturdy. It's not going to go anywhere, and you take whatever shots you need to do.
That's fantastic. And now I know maybe mounting a magnet to the side of your vehicle isn't always a great idea, but you guys have taken care of a problem there as well.
And initially this came from customer feedback. They would mount it on their vehicle. If there was dirt or dust in between the snap mount and the vehicle paint, we would get scratches. So basically what we did is we created a silicone boot that wraps around the snap mount. It's form-fitting, and it keeps the snap mount in place by increasing friction, and scratches are gone.
Very cool. And now this kit here, this is something that's new.
Yep.
Tell me about this kit and the case.
This is our new kit that we're coming out with. It comes with basically all the accessories that we provide. And the kind of cool thing about this case is there's a built-in metal plate underneath the top here. And basically it becomes magnetic, so your snap mount mounts right into it if you have your cameras mounted, etc.
Yeah.
And it basically keeps them from shuffling around too much or making noise.
What are some of the applications here? What are you hearing from your customers?
We hear a lot of positive things. It's not perfect for everything, but it's great for a lot of stuff. The most rugged and extreme, some people have issues with, even though we think we've captured that pretty decently. But yeah, we have pro bass fishermen that use it, race car drivers, people taking it off-road all the time. It's all over the place. We've even had people skydive with them.
The Jeep behind us is our test mule, so tell me what you guys have mounted on this thing.
Obviously we would use the hood, just with the magnets themselves. We placed a suction cup on the side with one of our locking adapters. We've got an adhesive mounted adapter up on the windshield.
You get an arm attached there to the headrest.
Yep.
That also is forward looking, and you can also look out the back window as well.
Yep, and then we've got what we call our snap plate, which is a metal plate with adhesive on the bottom, just mounted to the dash.
Amazing what you can do with just one action camera if you have snap mounts. You can find these at snapmounts.com. You are going to love them. They're revolutionary. We'll be right back with more cool products when we come back to Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings.
Dragonfire Tools, quality affordable storage. Proud sponsor of our DragonfireTools.com studio.
If you're going to go out and get a great looking vehicle like this Jeep Gladiator, you want to accessorize it, and when you get to floor mats, you don't want to skimp on those. You only want the best. And trust me when I tell you, floor mats from 3D Mats USA are the best fitting and coolest looking mats I have seen in the aftermarket. Luis, what sets 3D Mats apart from the others that are out there?
Today I'd like to show you our 3D Max Spider custom fit floor liners. What does set us apart is we actually do triple layer design for our floor mats. The top layer is a thermoplastic rubber, which gives you a nice all weatherproof design and also non-slip. Our second layer is an XPE foam, which helps it keep its shape for longevity and also gives you that added comforts for your passengers itself. And one thing that does set us apart from the rest is our Max Spider backing. With the Max Spider backing, it does gives you that very secure grip for your floor liner to your interior carpet so that it prevents it from sliding around and also prevents it from leaving that little really deep holes that the really, really heavy rubberized floor mats will leave behind. We have about 6,500 different applications for our floor mats.
Holy moly, what if you don't have the model that I'm looking for?
We do offer our trim to fit mats. Our trim to fit mats make it really easy so that if you do have that one vehicle we don't have on our website, you can purchase our universal trim to fit. You can follow the lines to make it fit exactly to your vehicle. And it even uses the same triple layer design as our custom fit floor liners as well.
We're looking at the Kagu mats, and these are kind of a sportier look to it, and they don't have the thick pile carpet. You also go a level above this for more of the luxury look?
Yes, we do have the Elegant, which gives you a nice carpeted feel for your floor mat. With that one, it gives you, that nice carpet feel. So you can go that route, or you can go with the Kagu route.
3D Mats doesn't just accessorize vehicles, you can also accessorize yourself, like that great looking bag you have there, Luis.
Yes, we have the Easy Trunk right here. This makes it so that it helps you organize your vehicle. So if you have, take for instance, roadside kits, road flares, jumper cables or whatnot, or even just any little thing in the back of your vehicle, you can easily store it in here to keep your trunk nice and organized. It does have that same all-weather material to keep it nice and dry on the inside.
In my case, diapers, toys, and extra clothes fit perfectly into that.
And then also we do offer outdoor series gear, like take for instance our weatherproof bags. With this weatherproof bag, so take for instance if you're going out fishing and whatnot, if you were to accidentally drop it into the water, anything that you were to have inside would stay nice and dry. We don't just stop there. We have plenty of other things on our website as well.
Check it out for yourself on the website, u-ace.com. I am telling you, these are top-of-the-line floor mats, and they will look great in your vehicle. Gabe Goldberg is in charge of customer experience here at NHOU Protective Coatings. He loves this company because he says it never stops moving.
The product itself is fantastic. Joe is always reformulating it. So I think there are other companies in this space that are more marketing companies than innovation companies. I think Joe has made this a truly innovation company. So he is always reformulating, always looking to make something better. Mouse damage is a giant problem. I've had this issue in the past. Joe created a product called Mouse Out. It actually keeps the mice away. I mean, the amount of damage that mice can do that is often not covered by insurance is outstanding. I mean, it's thousands and thousands of dollars when mice eat the wires. And they're eating more and more of these wires because they're covered in soy-based plastics now. And it's actually sweet. So it attracts the mice. They go in there, they eat the wires, major car problems. And it's just so easy to solve with this product that really keeps the mice out. And Joe's just always thinking, always adding stuff to it. So there's peppermint essential oil that keeps the mice out. There's the texture of the oil itself that keeps the mice out. And now he's added predator scent, so they're actually afraid to even go in there in the first place. So that's it. It is this constant evolution of new products that solve these problems.
New innovations and new ideas always coming down the pike here at NH Oil. Find out more at NHOilUndercoating.com. We are glad you came along for the ride here at Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. And this ride's not over yet. Stay tuned for more.
Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, is brought to you by Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. Custom Auto Sound, the originator of classic car OEM fit radios since 1977. Tribotex, make your engine last longer. Rambo Bikes, takes you places you've never been. And by Dragonfire Tools, industrial workbenches with integrated tool storage.
If you have a vehicle with rust on the undercarriage, maybe flaking rust, well, do not worry, because hope is not lost. NHOU Protective Coatings can actually remove that rust and protect it going forward with a process they call rustoration. Now, Jared is a customer who got here yesterday, and he told us about that restoration process and what he was expecting.
I have a Tundra, a 2005. And early 2000 Tundras, there's problematic frames. My mechanic said that the frame was solid, but there was a lot of surface rust. It's not going to stop without this treatment. Both of my mechanics spoke highly of the establishment, so I figured it was probably the place to go. The restoration treatment is kind of a rust reversal. It'll get that frame back to where it should be, to more of a new condition.
After having the restoration process done, Jared's truck sat overnight to cure. And Jared, you came back today. You got a walk around from the folks here at NHOU Protective Coatings. What about this amazing service they offer here?
Yeah, I mean, the truck looks beautiful. It's everything that I expected, exactly what I was hoping for. Joe and his team have been unbelievable, like from the moment I walked through the door. They explained to me like the whole restoration process, how they were going to do the descaling and the zinc treatment that they offered to reverse the rusting that had already occurred in the previous 15 or so years the truck had been on the road. And then the final coating for the longevity of the vehicle.
Jared is another of thousands of customers out there running with NHOU Protective Coatings under their vehicle. You can get it on yours. Go to NHOilUndercoating.com and find out how. Whether you're a homeowner or a business owner and you're looking for tool storage, DragonfireTools.com is the place to go. And the 22-drawer roll-around might be a great place to start. This thing is a monster, Lou. Tell me about it.
So with over 1,516 pounds of steel here, Dave, I mean, we've thought of a lot. We've done a lot of research and a lot of engineering and able to put this out in the market.
What are some of the features that make this really versatile?
With the amount of storage that we have here, we have several different drawer types. We've got some thin drawers, we've got some wide drawers, we've got some ultra deep drawers that are over 11 inches deep for some of that big tooling, and then we've got these twin open door cabinets here.
What are some of the construction features that make this durable and it's going to make this something that's going to last for a long time?
We have a 14 gauge tubular steel all welded frame here. So when this thing shows up, it shows up just like you see it. There's no assembly. This is one of the only units that we have that the casters actually come on the unit when we ship it, and that's for safety purposes, just so that you're not trying to put the casters on yourself with this being so big and heavy.
And let's talk about the casters. This thing is so enormous, yet it's easy to roll around because of the quality casters you put on it.
Yeah, so we have 6 heavy-duty swivel casters underneath. The 4 corners are locking swivels, and all the casters have grease fittings for maintenance.
You have high-quality casters, but the drawers themselves are built to last for a long, long time. What makes them so durable?
So we're using 16-gauge galvanized steel drawer bodies on these with gusseted bottoms. So the wide drawers and all the double rail drawers have the gussets on the bottom of the drawer for strength and rigidity.
At DragonFireTools.com, you can find the tool storage solution for you, whether you're a pro or you're just working at home. DragonFireTools.com has a special discount code too for Motorhead Garage viewers. You'll get free shipping and a discount if you type in Motorhead. Man, I am always inspired by the small business people we have here in the studio. We do this every week, and we hope you join us when we do it once again next week. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram to see what is going on. From our entire crew here at Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, we'll see you next time. So long.